Today we're going to be taking a look at the G2 Pocket RGB light by Pixel, and hopefully I'm going to give you guys enough information to help you to determine whether or not this light is worth it for you. So let's check it out. In the box you get the G2 light itself, a nice tabletop stand, a cold shoe mount, a pouch to keep the light in, and a USB charging cable. The build quality of this light is very nice. It's got a good rugged feel to it. It's got a metal housing with metal heat sinks on it to help disperse the heat. Because it is metal, it is a little bit on the heavier side. It comes in at 11 ounces and it is a little bit on the bigger side. And just to give you a comparison, this is the Falconize F7 Mini that I also need to do a review on, but you can see the size difference there. So the Falconize is on the smaller side, but this one is a little bit on the bigger side. It's also got this metal articulating mount on the side of it, which is one of my favorite features of this light. I wish a lot of pocket RGB lights had this. But it's got 2 quarter 20s at the bottom, so you can mount it using the cold shoe adapter for your camera, or you can mount it using the tripod that they give you, or you can mount it to another tripod or light stand, things like that. This articulating arm is awesome because it allows you to be able to move the light any way that you want to, position the light however you want to, so that way you can get the proper angle and stuff like that, and you don't have to mess around with things too much. And if you have to use this in a run and gun style scenario where you're going to put this on the cold shoe mount of your camera, then you're not taking up the only cold shoe mount that you have, because they give you 2 other ones. So if you need to mount a microphone or other accessories, things like that, you still have it. It's got a nice LCD screen on the back of it to show you all the different parameters of the things that you're doing on it. And it's got a couple scrolling wheels here that also serve as selector buttons. They're push buttons. It's got an on and off switch, and it's got a USB charging port on the side. When it comes to features, the G2 has 150 LEDs with a CRI rating of 97 and a TLCI rating of 99 according to Pixel. Now, I don't have any equipment to be able to test that with to see if that is accurate, but I can tell you when I compare it to other pocket RGB lights that I have and key lights and things like that, the color temperature does seem to be fairly accurate. When it comes to brightness, Pixel doesn't actually give a specification how bright this light is, but I can tell you this light is very bright. It actually surprised me how bright this light is. Now, when I compare it to all of my other pocket RGB lights, some tube lights, some panel lights that are, you know, almost 3 times the size of this little light by far is the brightest. So you can take my word for it, this light is very bright. It's got a color temperature range for bicolor from 2600 Kelvin all the way up to 10,000 Kelvin, so you can go all the way from tungsten to full daylight and beyond. It's got full RGB 360 degree colors, and one cool feature about this light that a lot of other pocket RGB lights don't have is you can actually take down the saturation level of each one of those colors. So if you're really trying to fine tune a color or match something else, you can do that with this. It's got 9 different effects in it, and another cool thing about those effects that a lot of other RGB lights don't have is you can actually lower the output intensity of those different effects. So you can take down the brightness. I have other pocket RGB lights that once it's on that effect, it's just at whatever brightness it comes with. It doesn't go to anything else. When it comes to battery life, it's got a very large 4300 milliamp hour battery. That is a very big battery for a pocket RGB light. It'll give you 50% output at over 5 hours, and it'll give you over 3 hours at 100% output. So you can get a lot of life out of this. But another cool thing is that when you charge it through the USB, you can actually charge it and power the light at the same time. So if you want to use another power bank or something like that, you just need to get more than 3 hours at 100%, then you can do that and still charge the battery and use the light at the same time. So now I'll give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions of this light and what I found to be some of the pros and cons. First of all, I think you would have a very hard time beating this light for its price, especially when you consider the output that this light puts out, because it is very bright. This light comes in at $69.99, and when you include the accessories, that's a very good price. But they did actually give me a promo code for you guys. It's Glenn Reed, my name, and I will leave a link down below for you guys. Until February 14th, you can actually get 30% off this light, so you will be able to get this light for under 50 bucks. That is a very good deal, and you know, you should pick up a couple of them at that price if you could, because this is a really good light. But I like the fact that it's got this flexible mount. That's something I've only seen, I think, on the bowling lights, but that just makes it very convenient to where you don't have to mess around with other accessories to be able to maneuver this light around. I really like the fact that it has the saturation control. That's something that not all pocket RGB lights have, but if you're trying to match other lights, that's very important. Again, all the accessories that it comes with is a huge bonus. Really, the only kind of con that I can think of is that there is no app control on this. That's something that a lot of RGB lights are coming with these days, to be able to control things and change things or sync lights up together without having to actually physically touch them is very helpful, especially if you have the light mounted someplace that's difficult to get to. So I would like to see that this light would have a app control, but it's not a deal breaker when you consider the price and especially the output, because overall I'd like to have the output and the battery life that this thing has, rather than be able to control it with an app and not have it as bright and have it die a lot faster. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video gave you enough information to know if this light is worth it to you and whether or not this is something that would be helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.